these right here. What are you going to do with all of those things, huh? Well, stick with me. I'll show you how to take these and turn them into something very useful to help with these. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what you see is a big bag full of DoorDash containers, dollar store trash cans that I got over the winter. All these containers, you know, to go food when you go somewhere and you say, okay, bring me something, I'm gonna take it home. Well, I use these and I put them in these cans, right? Generally what I do is I take about a container that's about half the size of what I'm gonna put in there. So take one of these containers, you drill a hole in the bottom of the trash can, and you drill a hole in the bottom of the container and you put it back in there. You can use old planters that already have holes in them, you know, whatever you want to do. But the main thing is you want to bring the height and the volume up with these containers. And then I just sit my plants in them. And what you're going to see is this tall trash can becomes a nice looking flower planter. Put a little potting mix there. Take the next one out, stick that in there, let it droop over the side. These particular plants, I believe they're called Nemesias. They will grow all the way over this container. Last year I had some that went 24 inches. Now, next you want to do is you get the tops to the containers that you had your food in. Those make a nice little water dish. Sit the planter in there. You're done. Now, this big planter, you know, it's 18 inches wide, 18 inches tall. So I just take some of the potting soil and the plants that I had from last year, and I use that in the bottom. Okay, so put an upside down planter in there, container, peel off some of that soil from last year, fill that up down in the bottom. In other words, we're recycling, people. We're recycling. We're using plastic. We're using last year's potting mix to take up some of the volume in these huge planters that we have. Got some nice begonias here. They did get a little frostbitten because we had a late snowstorm here in Northeast Ohio, but they made it. So now what you're going to see is I have it sitting up here as a centerpiece. And remember, this is an 18-inch tall planter. And most of it's taken up by last year's potting mix and some old containers. Right here, I did the same thing with my front stoop, the Super Tunia bubblegum and the Nemesia cranberry red. These things are gorgeous in person if you were to see them. They're so bright. But in the bottom of these, they have the containers. So don't throw away those DoorDash containers. Don't throw away those used containers. Use them to fill up your planters. Thank you, everyone, and please subscribe.